Welcome friends. In the previous video we have seen from section 4.1 history of English drama, its introduction and the elements of drama and objectives of the learning drama and types of drama and the elements of drama and its explanation and a short history of drama. In this video we are going to learn the remaining part of our these units or the chapters, and it is up to this we have learned the lesson, and now we are going to learn the next part of this unit 4.1. Now today we are going to take information about history of drama, which is given on our textbook page number 134. In the first column there is given period in history, second column types of plays, and last column classes means plays. What is the period of history of drama? In the medieval period, 11th to 15th century, reign of Henry VI, and at that time the types of plays were didactic plays, mystery plays, miracle plays, cycle plays, morality plays, and at that period the classics were Robin Hood by Howard Pyle, Everyman, etc. In the first column period in history, the history of drama is Renaissance period, 16th to 17th reign of Elizabeth I and James. The types of plays in this period were tragic comedy, melody, revenge plays, and in the Renaissance period the classic or plays were Romeo and Juliet, this was tragedy, A Midsummer's Night Dream, comedy, Henry IV, historical by Shakespeare, Dr. Faustus and Jew of Malta by Christopher Marlowe, Duchess of Malfi by John Webster, The Challenging by Thomas Middleton. And first column we see history of dramas period, Restoration period, it is 1660 onwards, reign of Charles II, and in this period types of plays were heroic drama, pathetic drama, Restoration, comedy, and in this period classics or plays were All for Love, tragedy by John Dryden, and The Way of the World, comedy by William Conserve. And the first column there is given Victorian period, its period is 1837 to 1901, reign of the Queen Victoria. In this period types of plays were all types of plays were performed, and in this period the classics or plays were The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde, Candida by G.B. Shaw, A Doll's House and An Enemy of the People by Henrik Ibsen. And next part of the history of drama is modern period, which is 1901 to 1945. In this period types of plays were stream of consciousness, absurd plays, poetic drama, and radio drama. In this period classics or plays were Pygmalion by G.B. Shaw, Murder in the Cathedral, poetic drama by T.S. Eliot. And the history of drama's last period was post-modern era, 1945 to 2000. In this period the types of plays were almost all types of dramas were performed and kitchen sink drama. In this period, classics or plays were Look Back in Anger by John Osborne, and next plays or classic was Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. This was the history of drama we have seen in this table. Let us study the next part of today's lesson. Students, now we have seen the history of drama. Now we are going to take information about one act play. What is one act play? Students, the revised course book for standard 11 focuses on language and literature. Students should be able to enjoy, appreciate and digest the various forms of literature. Literature provides a gateway to express emotions. This is a paradigm shift from studying general extracts of literature to understanding a specific genre of literature. With this intention, a one-act play as a genre has been selected for close study to standard 11th. One-act play is not exactly a shortened play. It is a complete story that has to be performed on the stage in stipulated time. It has its own features and characteristics. The action is confined to a single place and the number of characters is limited. Simplicity of design and quick effect are its features. The prescribed one-act play will help the learners to understand the following features. Now let us see some features of one-act play. First feature of one-act play is a plot. The plot of a one-act play is limited to a single interesting episode. The plot of any piece of literature is a story that has been woven into closely related chain of events arranged in sequence. Aristotle says conflict is the soul of drama. What is the saying by Aristotle? Conflict is the soul of drama. We usually have conflict in a play. Modern plays of the theatre of the officers are an exception to it. Second feature of the one-act play is the theme. A theme is the central idea around which the plot revolves. It is directly stated through the playwright's instructions, dialogues and other features. It focuses on the subject of the play. It can be implicit or explicit. There can be a number of sub-themes that portray human life. The theme helps to convey the message of the playwright. Next feature of the one-act play is third one is setting. Setting or location is a place where the story takes place. A drama is meant for stage performance. The location or setting is revealed through effective use of a variety of props. The unity of time, place and action has to be taken into consideration while setting the stage. The proper use of setting props helps the play to be impactful. Next feature of the one-act play is for language. We all know that the pen is mightier than the sword. Likewise, words are the weapons of a writer. There is another language too. Have you enjoyed films of Charlie Chaplin, who uses nonverbal communication very effectively through his body? It conveys emotions and underlying meanings profoundly. One act play has a profound effect due to its brevity of words. If the dialogues are witty, pungent, and concise, they add to the overall impact of the play. For example, Shakespeare's Hamlet says, "To be or not to be." The dialogues of the playwright use techniques like projection, articulation, and phrasing for effective communication. Poetic devices and features of figures of speech like imagery, symbolism, perfection, and humor embedded in wit, pun, irony, and paradox makes the dialogue extremely powerful. The tone of the dialogue can be comic, ironic, light, playful, sad, serious, sinister, solemn, somber, threatening, etc. And last and fifth character of the one act play is, what is the characters? Fifth characteristics of one act play is characters. There are a limited number of characters in one act plays. There are two types of characters, main and supporting. E.M. Forster, in his aspects of the novel, divides characters in two types. Round, the one that develops through the experiences and evolves as a dynamic persona, and a flat character is one who remains the same throughout the story. Flat characters are also known as caricatures and recognized only through one characteristic. The story revolves around the main character or characters who face a dilemma or conflict. Now let us see features of one act play. First feature is has one or more scenes. Second feature of one act play is concise in manner. Third feature has a single dominant theme which produces singular effect. Fourth feature of one act play is treats problems of everyday life. Fifth feature is has a beginning, a middle, and end. The stages are as follows. First stage is exposition in brief introduction. Second stage, conflict. Development of drama is a backbone. Third stage is climax, turning point, important part. And fourth stage is denouement. Brief often overlaps climax. Next feature of the one act play gives introduction of the stage direction. Next one, 7, creates mood or atmosphere. 8 feature has unity of time, place, and action. 9th feature has a simplicity of plot, concentration of action, and unity of impression. 10th feature has limited characters. And last one is presents a question, answers of which are a tragedy, of which are eagerly awaited by the audience. Next point is creativity. What is creativity? The course book aims not only at understanding and studying the given genre, but also at being creative to use the features of the same to express feelings and ideas. Learners should try to produce the given content in their own language. They are expected to add some of their own imaginative beginnings or ends by using the features obtained from the given one act play. It will be an aid to create the citizens having linguistic proficiency. The learners are expected to study as well as enjoy exploring the richness of the language by studying a genre in detail. The next part of the lesson is objective test. There are some questions are given to you, and the answers of these questions or statements will be given to you in the next video. So I request you to see our channel, and if you did not subscribe the channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon right corner of the it. Thank you for watching.